And we are live. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Dardish show. I'm so excited to be here today with an amazing episode, a very interesting guy, Andrew. Welcome, man.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for
You're
the
most
invite.
welcome. Welcome to the Dardish show, a place to sit back, relax, and enjoy a good conversation. The reason I have Andrew today on the Dardish show is because I'm kind of a health freak. And not a lot of people know that, but I stalk Andrew. And I see everything he does. His workouts are fascinating, honestly. His techniques, his commitment, his diet, and his lifestyle in general. And sometimes you talk about motivation, which is something I like.
Yeah, I wish I talked more about it because I used to be very into that. But I don't know, I think, as we said earlier, the fast pace of life.
Yeah.
Things just move on so quickly. You're just going to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. You want to just be more relevant all the time and relatable. So you're always moving on and you kind of like miss that, you miss something. Like you're into something and then you move to the next thing that you're also into, but you still love that, Yeah. So I think we should always go back to basics and the things that you are, that is more about you, So I do want to go back into it. That's where the RGD thing came from.
Yeah?
Was the motivational thing, yeah.
Nice. I think that they both are aligned with each other. I mean, fitness and motivation, don't you think?
Absolutely,
Yeah?
100%, yeah.
Okay, so for those who don't know you, can you just give them a brief of who is Andrew and what does he do?
Mic
Go for
up.
it. Yeah, mic closer. There you go.
Like that. Andrew, I like to think of myself as a manly man. Take care of myself, but I'm very. I like to keep it raw and real, and I don't like to be too sensitive. Although we all have a sensitive side inside of us. I'm a very have a bit of an animalistic background with all the sports and everything I've done in my life. It's a long list, which I'm proud to say. I kind of do wish I had a little less.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that I could have focused a little bit more on one thing. But a couple of avenues of my life I focused many years of it. So for example, just two sports specifically, tennis and mixed martial arts.
Wow.
I spent 22 years doing that together.
Wow.
So it's a long journey, and there's a lot of things in between. So I really try to find the essence of man, you know what I mean? Where you come from and how you should be, and although we should be sensitive, we should also be sort of prehistoric in a sense,
Yes.
It's we all came from that at the end of the day. So
Raw and organic kind of sense.
yeah.
I like that. Do you
So,
incorporate that in your training?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like a don't quit attitude,
What does that
regardless of what situations are going on, what's going on in your daily life, whatever. When you come to do the job, for example, if it's training, forget about it, leave it at the door, come in and do your thing,
I love that.
So that's it. So if you come in a bad mood, I'm going to try to fix it. Firstly, I can't fix everything, but I'll try to help and sort of distract you from whatever's going on, and then we can get down to work, because at the end of the day, you're just wasting your time and my time. So I want to just get to it and have fun, That's it.
Have fun.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met you, we spoke about that.
Yeah.
How you make people enjoy lifting weights, and the difference between when you enjoy it and the effect.
Well, no one likes doing something they don't like doing. Do you know what I mean?
Correct.
So, if you're enjoying it, in that suffering, you can still have fun.
Ooh.
So that's what I try to target mentally.
Nice.
Yeah.
If you enjoy it in the suffering, you can still have fun.
Right.
I like that. I like that. So health is a controversial topic. It's different to a lot of people. It's maybe low blood pressure, it's maybe low cholesterol, losing weight, gaining muscle, looking good. So what does health mean to you?
Longevity.
Ooh.
Yeah, for me. Going back to who I am, being an athlete my whole life pretty much. It all started when I was a kid. When I was walking, my parents said that I could bounce a ball between both my hands the moment I could walk.
Wow.
So they just noticed something. And if you don't do anything with it, nothing will come of it. So that's where it started, and it carried on. I noticed this, and that always came first for me. Anything activity-wise came first. It was like just first on my list. Before playing, before school, before everything. It was just being active. It was doing something. Like, just everything. And my dad always used to tell me, now I'm like going back. And if my dad ever watches this, he's going to be like, see, I told you. He used to say, with Andrew, it's always play before work, you know, when it came to school, you know, kind of thing. But you have to obviously get down to the school stuff. And
of course.
And that, yeah. So, what is your question again?
I even realized that you can...
We've just skipped it all the way.
No, I mean the meaning of health. What does health mean to you, basically?
So, you know, that was it. I took a lot of chances when I was younger. I got injured a lot, but I tried to always make sure that I had the right team with me that could help me get better, you know. And, you know, some sports you can't prevent the injuries. Sometimes you have accidents, like I just had recently.
Exactly.
And so you need to kind of just, you know, get the right people. You know that those people are here to help you, and not just want to push. They're here to actually look after you. And that's where it starts. Like if you have the wrong people surrounding you, if it's say in any situation, but talking health-wise, if you're an athlete and they're just pushing you all the way till the end, you're not going to last very long.
Yes.
You know, no matter how genetically gifted you are, at the end of the day, you will you know, be run down. So I was fortunate to have a very good academy that I was when I was in a tennis academy.
Nice.
And the guys really looked after me. Same thing with martial arts. They looked after me. I had really bad injuries, but I managed to push through and make it out at the end. So it's all about longevity. And doing that, you learn a lot. So I know where my mistakes are, learn from them. I've made them again, those mistakes, learned again. And I was like, don't be an idiot, you know, carry on and just learn. And so that's where it went. And it's just, for me, health is just, you know, living longer, living better. My age, 32, I feel 23, honestly.
Nice.
I really do inside.
Nice.
And I sit back and I just think about, damn, life is just, you know, it's going to end one day, and it's a scary thought, and it's like, where do you go after, etc., etc. You know, the brain just goes. But I think, okay, let's live for today, you know, and also live for tomorrow too, you know. Tomorrow isn't promised, but if you're working towards a better tomorrow for yourself, for anything around you, I think that's what will save you at the end, you know. So it's just all about, for me, longevity. It's a training aspect, it's a health, nutrition aspect, it's living, it's, you know, finding what you love inside, you know, your soul. Do things that make you happy, you know, that's it. Do things you enjoy, regardless of what other people think of it, you know. Not everyone is going to be into the sports or the activities that I'm into, the things that I like or love. And I mean, I rather choose to surround myself with people that are, you know, like-minded. They think alike, you know. They might be in a different sport, but it has the same goal at the end.
Same values.
Same values, yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I love how you said live for today, but also live for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people confuse this being present constantly with not setting long-term goals. So
exactly, you know, I'm a bit of a planner, so some people don't think so or feel it, but really I love to plan. And that's what it is, you know, it's back to that quote. Actually, I don't even know who wrote it, but you know, it's failing to plan is planning to fail at the end of the day, and I live to that.
Especially in your industry, I mean, if you're gonna do PTs and stick to a certain diet, right, or train for a certain event or a fight, right, you're gonna have to like prepare and plan.
Absolutely, a lot of things becomes like routine, so you almost don't plan anymore. It's like autopilot.
Interesting.
You know? But you have to have effort. And I applaud effort. All my clients will know this. I always applaud effort all the way. If you do that, you're on the right path. It's all about effort. So it's effort in, like, even if you're on, like I said, autopilot, you're used to this routine of cutting weight, getting in shape, your fitness, your cardio, daily routines, whatever it is, the things you need to be doing to get yourself to that goal, sometimes become routine, and it's just a daily thing, but you need to apply effort. Otherwise, you're not going to get better. Like whichever field of life that is.
Oh, so you have to push yourself even if it's routine.
Even if it's routine, you've got to get out of that mentality of like, oh, this is just, I've just got to go through with it. This is what I have to do. If you put extra effort in, 100%, you're going to come out better at the end.
Nice. And what exactly, style of PT or training do you teach people?
Yeah,
I see some weird exercises my clients do.
There's nothing that's being invented anymore.
100% agree.
It's already out there. It's just your way of doing it, your way of cueing and educating, and everyone has like a soul in PT. You know what I mean? Like there is a certain style or feel. I just call it dynamic training. So that's dynamic is movement. So, but it's at the end of the day, it's really what they would call functional bodybuilding. Wow. So because when you're building on your body, you're bodybuilding, not bodybuilding in like in the Mr. Olympia, that kind of, but building up your body. So it's functional bodybuilding is the modern term that is being used, but I just call it dynamic training.
Is it like functional medicine? Is it like holistic medicine? So you take care of your body as a whole?
Yes, I do want to improve that, but I don't go too much into these type of things. I get, like I said, I'm a bit primitive. So it's like,
simple, clear,
hardcore, old school, like get in there. And, the clients are like, after 2 reps, are we done? No, we're not done.
We're just getting started.
So that's it. And I also sometimes keep reps a guess, my clients will assume, and I just like that. I think that if you tell them what they're going to do, I'm giving away my secrets now, but if you tell them how many, I have my book, I have my diary, I have my programming, etc. It's all on there. They can see it all. Okay. But if I tell them 15 reps, for example, they're going to hit a 10, rest, and then make it to finish for 15, which is very common. People want to rest to finish it. I don't care if you make 12 or 12 and a half, but if you've pushed yourself all the way till that point and then you cannot do any more, then applaud again.
That's failure, basically. You just want to have failure.
Yeah, well,
or is it beyond?
Beyond, yeah.
Beyond. Huh?
So because I want to see what, I'm really studying and looking at my client. I'm looking at that person going, are they faking? Are they like in a movie role? Are they suffering but they can still do more? Or are they really pushing themselves? They're really applying, because it's your mind that's quitting, not the body. Your mind's saying, I can't do more, there's pain, etc. From training. But you can do a lot more. That failure point of lifting a weight or any sort of movement, there is always more, Yeah. So often people quit way before they can, and they'll never know what they're made of. And I want to see what they're made of. Every day.
Oh, that hits home run, man. It's like when you see people that have so much potential, but they're getting in the way of themselves.
I have clients like I miss having a lot of clients.
Yeah.
But the handful or two I have now, given the job I have to do, it's a bit demanding, so I don't have enough time for more clients. But the group I have now are fantastic. I love them all. But I just see so much potential in all of them, and I wish they saw what I saw. It's so hard for them to see that, because they go, no, I'm fat, or I'm bloated, or I'm this, girls wise. But I don't know if a guy's going to come to me like, oh, I'm bloated.
Get out of here!
Yeah, I'd be like, come on, man.
Have you ever kicked someone out of the gym?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. What happened?
I can't elaborate. There's been many, man.
They test your patience, huh?
Yeah. Not just clients wise, but even just the members, what I mean?
Yeah.
I've been in some really funny situations. Many trainers or people that are in the gym industry will be able to tell you some funny stories, but I do have a couple of weird ones, but that's not for the camera.
All right, let's talk social media. Do you think that social media inspires your clients to work harder?
Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah.
My social platform is not of something of like, oh, look at me, I've got a good body. Or look at me, I've got abs. It's not about that. Like if I do a workout without a shirt on, okay, I do it. But if I take a beach photo, I'll do it. But it's not about me showing off what my body looks like. I try to send the message of I'm living a a good lifestyle, healthy, etc. And I post mostly on stories, and I feel that people
And you fly in your posts, huh?
What's that?
The posts you post are not on your stories and the other places. You just flying constantly out of them. I was checking that.
Yeah, I wish I had wings,
You don't need them, man. You can go out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you post on your stories a lot.
I post on the stories a lot. I think people are like very focused on like they want to just see stuff, So motivational wise, they know they can click on my account and watch something on story and see something that's kind of live going on currently, and
Nice.
and they can relate right now. They can like just pick it up. But on a post, like a permanent post, the video has to go through the end. So you got to watch the whole thing, and plus you're really just showboating on a post, unless you are putting out something in there that is of knowledge and you're breaking something down and so on. But I like to flip that. I like to put that stuff on story. So I'll post some of my clients and I'll post myself doing workouts and so on, and I'll try to educate. And from that, then I answer all the questions. I get a lot of questions on a daily basis, like a lot.
Wow.
So that's where the motivation, will help them. And they know they can get it there. And that's what I want to show. I want them to know that they can message me and I will message back,
That's amazing, man. Because they're humans, they.
Exactly. There's also a lot of silly stuff that, and obviously I'm not going to answer silly things. Really,
Yeah.
So, but who am I to judge what's silly and what's not? But you know what I mean? Some of them are just strange. For those listening, I'm sorry.
Let's keep that to the Q&A part, because I'm going to ask him some interesting questions.
Okay.
Okay, so let's talk diet, man. I realize that you're mostly on a keto or paleo diet.
Paleo. Yeah.
Go back to the caveman part.
Exactly. You see.
So paleo, the difference between paleo and keto is that there's no spices and salt and pepper, correct?
No.
No? What's the difference?
There's spices and salt and pepper probably in all of them.
Okay.
The difference is really like the other way around. So
Really?
Keto is a high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet, and paleo is a high protein, moderate carb, low fat diet.
Moderate carb.
Yeah. It does have like a lot of plant-based fruits, etc., but there's a limited amount of nuts and fats. So it's a lower amount. But paleo is basically grain-free, supposed to be non-GMO,
Nice.
It's refined sugar-free, starchy carbs free, grain-free.
Really?
Yeah, and dairy-free.
Starchy carbs free?
Yeah.
Wow. So where do you get your carbs from? Vegetables?
Vegetables, yeah.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm not 100% paleo, so I use this as a lifestyle, and that's what I feel like, because it's from, Paleolithic era. It's how we used to eat. It's just, I feel it's just better suited for us. And there is no one-size-fits-all way of training or dieting. There isn't. There is many, many ways. You just have to find what works for you, and this works for me, so that's it. So I'm pro-paleo, but I'm pro a lot of things, but
Nice.
Majority is that.
Interesting. And do you think that humans before their bodies were in ketosis throughout the entire year? That's something I heard that was interesting.
I mean, it could be because they would live off animal fats,
Mhm.
from that day and age, and there was obviously a lot of vegetation out there, but not a lot of, I think depending on what area they were, they would get certain type of fruits or vegetables only,
So, yeah.
obviously, So we're talking so far back. Yeah. But I just love I love that it's the caveman diet, and it kind of makes me feel, more
Nice.
manly in 2019.
It is rough. I tried it for a couple of months with Chef Paul. The food is delicious, man. It's not bad.
They're amazing, yeah.
Good job, guys. All right, we're gonna go to the Q&A section now. Boom. They're gonna be fun, man. I'm excited. This is the first time we do this at the Dardish. It's the Dardish show. It's a new format. All right. So the first question, man. What's the best advice you've ever received?
Wow. I don't think I've ever received one single best advice, because there's just so much information out there in the world. But I think it would be something that was, more related to my parents, always doing what I love doing. And they always said, always stick to that, so I've never changed that. So I think that would be my number one, because it's obviously personal for me. So I think that would be the number one best advice is doing what you love doing.
And how do you know that you love doing something? Because a lot of people fall into follow your passion, do what you love, and so many people feel pressured of having to find something they love, even if they don't.
So you have to dabble into just everything, if you don't know. I was fortunate enough at a very young age to know right away that I wanted to be a pro tennis player,
Wow.
or I wanted to be an athlete, and then after that I wanted to train or coach someone, after that. So my pro career didn't become a reality. It was very close. But, after that, things just changed. I found different sports and so on. And in that, I just decided to do PT as well. I was actually at a very low stage of my life, and my dad helped me out of it. Something traumatic happened, and it just, for a year, I was just no one.
Wow.
So in that, my dad pretty much was like, he went to a gym and he said, listen, my son, blah, 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 he's this, that, and that in sports, etc., etc., give him a job kind of thing. So I just had a very, very, very unfortunate situation happen, and someone very close to me passed away. And I just felt like life was taken away from me, So I really owe it to my dad, really. I mean, my parents in general, but he's the one that was like not used to seeing me in that state. So he just had to do it, the dad thing, the good dad thing to do is to pick your son up, And then after that, there was no looking back.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm ever grateful for him and my mom.
Thanks for sharing that, man.
You're welcome.
And I think these things bring us closer to our parents, and it's a blessing in disguise somehow. It's crazy.
Yeah, so best advice that I really, like I said, I've gotten so much good advice out there, but something that comes from home for me is always the best advice. Especially if it's real and from the heart, not selfish. And it wasn't. My parents pushed me to doing all kinds of things, but they always noticed the things that I loved doing, and they applauded that. They always pushed me really hard to do the things that I loved doing, to have that passion. I would wake up super excited about the things I loved, always. I'd go to bed doing it. Like, for example, the tennis thing. Like late at night, I would sit and I'm supposed to be doing homework or whatever, sit and bounce the ball with my racket against the door, the cupboard door, see how many times I could bounce it on the frame like that.
Wow.
Crazy, like just non-stop. My parents would be like, Andrew, go to sleep,
That's in love.
So,
that's when you know when somebody's in love.
Like, I'm going, and then I still carry on, and then because it made a noise, so then I would find something else to make it softer, and then eventually I figured, like, okay, if I tapped it on the frame, it was less noise,
I can imagine little Andrew doing that in his room.
Yeah. I used to do a lot of things to just try to keep doing that, Tennis was my absolute life. I eat, sleep, and drink it.
I'm sure a lot of people don't know that about you, maybe.
No.
Sah?
Not here in this world, even the martial arts and stuff and all the other sports I've done. There's quite a list.
What's your biggest fear?
I think everyone has so many fears. I think you think you don't have a fear of something, but you do. You know what I mean? We're afraid of a lot of things. Dying, falling sick, injured, whatever, sharks, bugs and insects, rats and things like that, but I have a fear of falling. Not in love, a fear of just falling. I have an IRATA international rope access technician qualification, which I used to dabble in rope climbing.
Okay.
Rock climbing.
You won the fastest rope climber last year.
Well, yeah.
That was pretty fast.
That was fun actually winning, because you got a lot of like athletes, climbing and jumping up there and so on. And I'm not extremely tall.
Yeah.
So the jump was what helped a lot of people.
Interesting.
So I had to like time it. Came back the next day and then won.
Nice.
That was fun. Yeah, so I used to rock climb in that, and then in between sports and PT, a friend of mine was doing, he would work on oil rigs offshore. So he studied these courses and stuff. We used to rope climb together, and I did the IRATA, which is an international rope access technician. And then you could climb up anywhere, pretty much, all rigged up, and you even would get like sweeping a museum, you know.
Wow.
You know, like the truss and stuff in the ceiling and so on,
yes,
things like that, because no one can get up there.
Wow, that's very
So I used to do that, but my fear, like qualifying this, was overhangs. So it's like where there's a flat surface, but there's nothing underneath. For me, that was like a huge fear. It's fine if there's a wall, you know, you can just scale down the wall, but if there's an overhang, I just get extremely terrified of falling.
Yeah,
you know, but you have to just trust the equipment. So yeah, my fear is falling.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. What is your biggest accomplishment?
My biggest accomplishment, there's been a few, but I think that it would be up to date. You know, what's going on now. I feel, you know, running a team of 9 trainers, managing a gym, and getting to the level I'm at now in a short space of 3 years in Kuwait. So I feel, you know, very proud and accomplished with that. But this is only the beginning for Andrew in Kuwait, trust me.
Yes.
This is it.
Yes. I love hearing that. I love hearing that. Let's talk about leadership skills, man, honestly, because managing 9 people and an entire team takes a lot of skills and patience and a lot of other skills. So what are some tips you can give to people who are leaders or aspire to be leaders? I
think that you always need to be educating yourself, firstly. That's one thing. And you need to be open to anything, really. I think if you're very close-minded and sort of one-track minded, this can benefit you. But running a team, you have to create a team environment, not individuals. So that's, you know, like I say, there's no I in team. Yes. So it's all about team. It's what can be the best, what suits what is in the best interest of the team.
Not me.
Not personal.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that'll be the first thing you want to be targeting when it comes to running a team, is making sure that everybody is taken care of individually, but also as a team.
Nice. I like that. What's the weirdest DM you've ever received?
Oh man. I just go straight to one. Oh man, I don't know if I can say it. I mean, you can cut it out if I...
Try your best, go for it.
Okay, it was I think in my first year in Kuwait, someone DM'd me and they wanted to like chain me and do whatever they wanted to. Like I was like, man, and I got pretty aggressive on the DMs as well.
In a good way or?
In a bad way? No, not in a good way at all. Oh man. So I just said, please don't ever contact me, you know, and the person was like saying, oh, I'm so sorry, and sending like love you eyes and stuff.
And that just made it worse.
And I was like, don't ever contact me or I'll block you, you know, like I don't really want to block anyone. But so like a few minutes go by, and then this person's like, all I want is coffee. I'm like, come on, didn't I just say? And I swear I was so aggressive as well. I was like, they're savage.
You can't go from tying you up to coffee, man.
Yeah. So because I was like pretty much threatening them really badly, so I was saying, don't ever, you know, don't ever.
That's hilarious.
And they were like, I'm sorry. And then they're like quiet for a bit, and then jumping back, going, okay, just coffee, I swear. Oh, I was like, come on.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah.
That's pretty weird.
Some of the suggestions in there I can't mention.
Are you single?
I am.
Nice. What are your thoughts on relationships?
I mean, who doesn't like a relationship?
True.
Yeah. If they're telling you they don't want to be in a relationship, I think they're just talking baloney.
100%.
Honestly, seriously.
I love you saying
we're made to be partners, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Love is something that is very special, and I definitely am 100% a believer in love. You know, love is all around. You know, you look at something and you can always love it. It doesn't matter what it is. You know, you could look at a tree and be like, oh, I love it. You know, animals, etc. You know, so love is everywhere. It's in everything. You know, someone just simple as painting a wall could be loving that. You know, so love is everywhere. So I think we definitely, you know, need a relationship.
That's beautiful that you said that people who say they don't want to be in a relationship, they're in denial somehow.
Yeah, I think that they've obviously had some hardships in the past, and who hasn't, you know. No one can say that theirs was the worst. It all depends on how it challenged you, you know, and how you overcame it. It's a perception.
It is.
Yeah, it's a perception, you know. What was bad for me could be easy for you, you know.
Yes, 100%.
So that's it.
I love that, man. Especially with social media, you know, like new age relationships. It's very tricky, you know, like.
Yeah, everyone is so sensitive, and I really don't like that. I think people need to man up a little bit, or woman up as well.
Wow, I like that.
There is always time for sensitivity. There really is. There is always time for it. But just people love to complain. You know, the queue in the complaints list is super long, and on the being thankful side is not. It's not good. You know. So I think that people just needed to suck it up a little bit more.
Straight up. Yeah, suck
honestly,
it up.
really, without beating around the bush or anything. Just, you know, people are really sensitive, and I think they just need to, like, you know, just man up a bit. There's far worse that could be happening, and you can be in a far worse position, and you've not hit rock bottom, I can promise you.
But it's interesting how humans get offended or get hurt from little comments from social media. I mean, it's not whether we should be sensitive or not. It's the fact that we get hurt, and these things do affect us.
You don't even know this person. What are you so worried about?
Exactly.
Yeah. They don't know you as well. So they're just making a judgment call based on what they think they might know. So, you know, just let it be. You know, let it be. I've had many clients that, especially the large one, you know, something bugs a person and they want to engage in it.
Yeah.
You know, don't.
You're right.
Don't. I had a situation with it was about a year ago, where I did a outdoor workout, and it was actually a promotional campaign for Yelda on Triumph, and she's the face of Triumph in the Middle East, and we did a campaign.
Shout out to Yelda.
Yeah, Yelda. So we were doing like a beach workout, and someone decided to, and it was a trainer. Someone decided to call it, I can't swear on here, but the worst boot camp they've ever seen. And nowhere did anyone say it was a boot camp, you know. And I took offense to it, but everybody fought the battle for me, you know. Because people know, they're like, it's not a boot camp. Stop calling it a boot camp. And she just went on. She's like, oh, it's worse. It's this. It's that. It was so bad. And I was just like, you know, why do you want to come and just make an assumption of something? It was just a single workout for fun, for this campaign. You know, something so simple, and it was really fun. It was a lot of fun, and it was a.
Was it the one on the beach?
That one.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But it's crazy why people put so much effort.
I left all the comments there, so if anyone wants to go back on it, just
no way.
Down.
Good job.
It's
Well,
all there. Go check it out. Yeah.
And it's crazy how people put time and effort and energy into hurting other people. That It's I don't know, man. These keyboard warriors. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. They just sit back there, and you're never going to get rid of them. Yeah. So the best thing you can do is to just, you know, just kit yourself with some ammo and just toughen up a little bit with this type of stuff. Try not to, you know, just turn a blind eye and just carry on with your life. It's your life, not theirs.
I love that, man. I love that. So just toughen up. Simple as that. It's not gonna get better. You're just gonna have to toughen up. What makes your heart sing, man? This is the last question.
My heart sing?
Yeah.
Again, a lot of things. But definitely seeing people just do better. I love that, and that's what I do. This Reaching Goals Daily thing, that's the RGD. For those who don't know, a lot of people don't see it in the bio and all that, but it's what I used to say before social media for me. Yeah, I used to always say Reaching Goals Daily. You know, everything was about reaching goals daily. And
wow, that's what it stands for, huh? Reaching Goals Daily.
Yeah. So I always used to say it, and when I got Instagram, I used to hashtag it here and there, or I would say it and so on. And then I decided, because my profile was of me, it was Andrew, you know. And then I changed it about 9 or so months in, I guess, can't really remember, to RGD, and now everyone knows me as RGD. Yeah. No, a lot of people don't know that it means reaching goals daily. So
I love it, man.
I studied a goal settings course, a couple different types, and that was just something that I was passionate about, as well as setting goals, reaching goals, and always working towards the better you for tomorrow. Just set yourself up for a better you for tomorrow all the time. Just working hard towards that, regardless of what it was that you were into. And it's just a sense of positivity, motivation, and moving forward. And so that's how the RGD thing started. And then I changed it to RGD, and that's why I said I would like to share a lot more motivation in this. But my clients and people around me, they feel it. I'm genuinely a positive thinking person. I like to always try to see the positive outlook in things, because things could be far worse than they are. My injury, for example, and all that. So it's always good to look at the positive and work towards tomorrow.
Wow, that's beautiful, man. I love it. And I think you should definitely talk more on your social media about positivity and motivation, because I think people need it.
Yeah.
I think if we have this information and we're not giving it out to the world, I think we're doing a disservice. There are people out there that just need that one nugget, that one word, that one sentence for them to get out of bed, for them to hit the gym.
That is so true. You don't realize the power of social media.
Yeah.
It's just the power in just saying something, wherever it is. It doesn't have to be social media. It could be in person. I could be saying something that's just so irrelevant, and just like means nothing. It's just a sentence, but to someone else, that could mean the matter between, the difference between life or death.
Exactly.
It could easily change someone else's life, completely. And even if you don't say anything, but you show something, same thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Andrew, this was fun. I loved it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
It was amazing. Thank you, man.
Sharing all of these tips. Honestly, I learned so much, and I can't wait to share this episode. I think you shared so much value. Thank you so much for being open, for being honest. You're so much fun, and I can't wait to get to know you more on a personal level, and maybe come and get my ass whipped at the gym with you.
Yeah, man. Please pull through. Yeah.
Okay, so before we end the show, this is your camera. If you have any message that you'd like to share with the world, 30 seconds, 1 minute, go for it. I'm putting you on the spot.
Guys, I just wanted to say thank you for everyone who is watching and has an interest in the Dardish show. He's a fantastic guy, so please keep following him. Motivation out there, like I've touched on, reaching goals daily. I think you guys just need to work towards achieving daily goals. Always work hard towards that one goal and better yourself. So if you can sit down and figure out what it is you love doing and focus on it, channel energy into that, put effort daily, and reach those daily goals, you will get whatever you want. And remember, there's nothing that you can't reach, so get it.
Boom! Guys, on that note, I couldn't end it any better. Take care, and we'll see you soon.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now.
Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would.
Watch out now.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now.
Everybody watch out. Watch out now. I'm ready for a good time and I came to groove. The whole band's here and we came to move. Got a fresh haircut and 2 new shoes. We're here all night like we got nothing to lose. I'm coming out the jacket cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Baby, watch out now. Watch out. I'm on the move, I'm going up. I'm a man on a mission with no missions and I'm looking for love. Oh, I'm just looking for love. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now.
Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would.
Watch out now.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good, baby.
Watch out now.
Everybody watch out. Last call for some alcohol, and don't forget to tip. The sun went down, but we still rolling. The band's still going, playing all the hits. I guess I'm now too legit to quit. I'm coming out the jacket, cause we're turning up the heat. I wanna see you clapping when you get up out your seat. It's time to make it happen when we hit these streets. I'm coming in hot and I can't be beat. Watch out now. Everybody watch out. Watch out. Hey, baby. I'm on the move, I'm going up. I'm a man on a mission with no missions and I'm looking for love. Oh, I'm just looking for love. It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good.
Watch out now.
Cause baby, I feel real good and I wish I would.
Watch out now.
It's gotta be against the law to look this damn good,
Watch out
baby.
now.
Everybody watch out.
Watch out now.
Everybody watch out.
Watch out now.
Watch out.